We want to start the show tonight with some breaking news because Sky News can reveal now, for the first time, that Transport Secretary Louise Haigh has admitted pleading guilty to an offence connecting to misleading the police while she was a parliamentary candidate in 2014. Well, our political correspondent, Rob Powell, has this story. Rob, what have you found out?
So we established that 6 months before the 2015 general election, when Louise Haigh was a parliamentary candidate, she'd already been adopted as a Labour candidate, she appeared at a court in South London and was convicted in relation to an incident that involved misleading the police over an apparently stolen work phone. Now, we put this to Louise Haigh and her team, and they have issued us quite a long statement explaining from their point of view what went on here. And I think it's worth reading out that statement in full to establish what she says went on in her point of view. She says that in 2013, I was mugged while on a night out. I was a young woman and the experience was terrifying. I reported it to the police and gave them a list of what I believed has been taken, including a work mobile phone that had been issued by my employer. Sometime later, I discovered that the mobile in question had not been taken. In the interim, I had been issued with another work phone. The original work device, being switched on, triggered police attention, and I was asked to come in for questioning. My solicitor advised me not to comment during that interview, and I regret following that advice. She goes on to say, the police referred the matter to the CPS, and I appeared before Southwark magistrates. Under the advice of my solicitor, I pleaded guilty, despite the fact this was a genuine mistake from which I did not make any gain. The magistrates accepted all of these arguments and gave me the lowest possible outcome, in brackets, a discharge, available. So she is saying that this was essentially a mistake, a misunderstanding, but that she went to police after this got flagged and didn't say anything, and then went into court when she was facing these convictions while a parliamentary candidate and pled guilty and admitted to them, even though she says at the time this was all a mistake and it didn't happen. Now, how this story has come to light is through a number of sources that have been talking to Sky News. And we have three separate sources who tell a different story. They say that the reason why that false report was made to the police, that it was made for personal gain on Louise Haigh's part. We also have two sources that say that at the time where she was working at Aviva, that she lost her job there as a result and following an internal investigation at Aviva. So it's a complicated picture, a complicated set of circumstances that happened 10 years ago. We also understand that she informed the shadow cabinet when she was appointed to the shadow cabinet. She informed the party of this as well. We haven't had any response from Downing Street as yet, and we haven't had any response from Labour. But clearly, I think when you put together the sources that we have compared to the on-the-record statement that we now have from Louise Haigh, I think there are still significant unanswered questions about all this.